Okay, so I'll start the recording and welcome Roy Marriott, one of our trainers for Solutions Academy. And again, I would love to ask you, what do you enjoy about training coaches and agile coaches?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is what I enjoy about training coaches and agile coaches is just we seem to get some wonderful people coming along, participating in our workshops. The current agile group is especially wonderful. They're saying things about how I have found my people, and they're just incredibly enthusiastic. They started their own WhatsApp group, their own Slack channel. They keep meeting up with each other to develop their team coaching skills, to practice. I think there's such an energy that gets created, and I love being part of that energy and knowing I'm making a difference, knowing I'm helping to create that. And I think that's not just true of that group. I think all of the groups that I can think of we've worked with, some wonderful people come along, and especially I think the more interested people are in learning, the more enjoyable it is to be helping them learn, and that's what I'm here for. I think the whole approach that we use, the solutions-focused approach, is one that's all about putting the people you're coaching at the center of the coaching, at the center of the experience. And that's how I like to do the training as well. I see my trainees as being like my coachees. I want to see them at the center of the experience, helping them to get the very best experience they can have. And they seem to. That seems to be the feedback we get.
Certainly, that's what I've heard from your classes.
And I have from yours.
Would you like to tell the people listening a little bit about yourself? What would be interesting to know about you that would give people an idea of why they should book a class with you?
Okay. So I started off my career in tech. So I was a developer and a researcher. And it's while I was doing research at HP Labs in Bristol that I went to someone and said, hey, I don't know what to do about this thing. It's some sort of political or managerial kind of thing. And instead of giving me the answer, he sat me down at a whiteboard and said, effectively, what do you think? How could you approach this? What possibilities? And I had no idea about the word coaching in those days, but he led me through a fantastic coaching process. And so, well, that was a big turning point for me, that I realized that while I was very, very good at computers and software architecture and research, actually there was a part of me that wasn't really fully fulfilled in that. And I was being sent on various courses to learn how to be a manager and a leader. And actually it turned out that I was a sort of closet people person, trapped in a developer's skin. And I've gradually, again, I mentioned solutions focus because that was a big part for me of emerging from that skin and developing people skills that really, really work well. Incredibly respectful way of supporting people, of being helpful to people without being, without any risk of being patronizing or any of those things that can go wrong when one wants to help. So that was the trajectory from then on, was getting more and more into people things, into training, into coaching. And I think the things I love doing these days are all around this training and coaching area, helping people, most recently through this COVID crisis we've been going through now, helping people to do remote training. And it's not that I like being remote, far from it. I like being close. I'm one of the huggiest men I know. But there's something about remote training which can be quite connecting. And you have to be engaging when you're doing remote training. You have to compete with all the distractions of the internet, which are literally right in front of people when you're training them remotely. So, I like to help people learn to deliver training in a way that is that engaging, that keeps people there. If you're interested in things outside of work, my photography is one of the landscape photography, something I absolutely love doing. I've had some feet injuries recently that have made that a lot harder to do, which has put me back. And recently, electric bicycles have been invented. So my love of cycling from my youth has come back with a vengeance. So my favorite thing to do at the moment is to chuck myself down a hill on a mountain bike. And it's absolute delight. I have a very busy mind. Despite having almost 30 years of meditation experience, I still have a busy mind. And when I'm mountain biking, my mind is not wandering anywhere else. It's completely here, completely now. It takes me to some beautiful landscapes. Makes me very happy.
I, I, I think jokingly, I think to be able to work for a Solutions Academy, you have to be an outdoor person. It's not true, obviously, but it seems to be something that a lot of us share. So yeah, thank you.
We are happy to have people who aren't outdoor people on our training, though, aren't we?
Yes, of course. If you are a person who loves reading books and sitting inside and couldn't be caught dead outside, you are very welcome. We love diversity.
Talk to Kirsten, because that's what she's really into.
That's too.
If meditation and mindfulness is your bag, then we can have a conversation about that.
Great stuff. So thank you very much for this little introduction.
That's a pleasure, Kirsten.